Hello everyone and welcome to Meeple Leaf Reviews. I'm Jeffrey Weber and today I'm going to be doing a review of ZhanGuo. Now this is a game from a few years ago. It's from the same designers of the people who did Railroad Revolution that came out last year from Watch Your Game. I've done a review for that one and I thought it'd be interesting to go back and take a look at this older game from the same designers. So let's start off with the art and components. You're getting the same mustard colored board that you know and love from Watch Your Game. Standard cardboard tokens, wooden pieces. The card quality in this game is very, very nice. There is a little bit of artwork, some different characters on the cards. So overall, just a good production for the game. The theme of ZhanGuo is that you have been tasked by the Emperor of China to unify the 5 provinces in the laws, the currency, and in the writing. Now, do I feel like I'm doing that in this game? I mean, there's different parts about building palaces or installing governors or even building the Great Wall of China. I don't really feel immersed in the theme, but I definitely feel immersed in the mechanisms, and I think that immersion in the mechanisms pulls me out of the theme a little bit, but as you'll see later on, that doesn't really hinder my gameplay experience. The rules and teaching for the game, it's been a while since I taught anyone new to this game, but I don't remember having any difficulty. There's good iconography and graphic design on the main board that explains what each of the actions do. I reread the rulebook and it does a good job of re-emphasizing key rules when they become important later on for different actions. So it just keeps that really important rule fresh in your mind as you're reading through the rulebook, which was, I thought, very well done. So on to the gameplay and mechanisms for ZhanGuo. There's a lot going on in the game. I'm not going to touch on everything. I just want to highlight some of the key features that I really enjoy in this game. So starting off with multi-use cards. I love multi-use cards. I love it in many games. And the implementation in this game makes such a tough and interesting decision every time you play, because you get 6 cards at the beginning of each round and there's a set number of rounds. So that's the card pool that you have to work with. And each card can either be used to play down in your tableau to build up bonuses when you take actions later on, or you need to use a card to take an action. So that tough decision, you want to play out all these different bonuses and you have to give up on some of them so that you can actually take the actions. Because if you just build your tableau the entire time, well, there's not many actions that you're going to be able to take. So you have to limit yourself, and that tough, interesting decision of how am I going to limit myself makes it very interesting. The other thing that goes along with this tableau building is that that's essentially how you're unifying China. There's 3 different colored cards when you play them into your tableau. And I should mention your player board has 5 regions that correspond to the 5 different regions on the main board. So there's a little bit of a spatial element there as well. You're going to be getting these unification tokens for playing these cards into your tableau. And at the end of every round, there's going to be kind of an item majority bonus. So whoever has the most of each type is going to be able to return those unifications tokens and get a bonus. So you can see how this tableau building plays into, I'm going to get bonuses. I'm also denying myself the number of actions that I'm going to be able to take. I'm getting unification tokens that I'm going to be able to use to get other bonuses in the game. So there's this common theme in this game of everything is interconnected. The other thing is the build your own endgame scoring. I've seen it in other Watch Your Game titles, but the different wall sections that you're building of the Great Wall have a different aspect of the game, and these are all randomly assigned at the beginning, so there's some variety from game to game. But you can kind of choose which ones you build, and then you'll score those at the end, so you can kind of customize your endgame points to what you're doing in the game. But on the flip side of that is that there's these random set of tasks that are going to be set out at the beginning of the game for where the Emperor wants you to install governors, to build palaces, and what wall sections he wants you to build. So there's this balance of you can build these wall sections to score points for what you want to do in the game, but then there's also this direction from the game of, hey, you should build this here, here, and here. And there's a bonus for the person who gets those done first, they'll get some more victory points over their opponent. So there's a little bit of a race element almost to trying to get the most points by getting those done. The other thing that I want to highlight that shows this interconnectivity of the different resources is you're going to be putting officials in the different regions. To install a governor, you need one official of each type. So you need them to install governors, but you also need them in order to recruit workers in an area. And then those workers can either be used to build palaces or to build the different wall sections. So every aspect of this game touches at least two other aspects of the game. So when I sit down, I feel like I'm just looking at all these gears laid out, and they all interlock so that when I rotate one part, all the other parts are going to rotate as well. It makes for a very non-linear thinking gameplay experience. It's not like, okay, I go to this action space, I get wood. I go to this action space, I spend that wood to get this. And then I go to this action space to spend that to get that. And there's no other use for wood other than that production chain. So that's very linear. In this game, there is no linear thinking whatsoever. Whenever you do something, it's going to have an impact on something else that you want to do via indirect means or even direct means. So it makes for very interesting gameplay decisions that you have to make from start to finish in the game. So on to my final thoughts and rating for ZhanGuo. As you could probably tell from the gameplay and mechanisms, I really enjoy a lot of stuff that goes on in this game. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This is my favorite watch your game title. It does so many interesting things and makes me have to make so many tough decisions, like that tableau building versus how many actions am I going to take. I really like that tough decision that it forces me to have to make. The fact that it's non-linear decision making. I need to think about the repercussions of every action that I take because, oh, I'm going to spend these workers here to build that. Well, now I can't build the palace that I was going to build because I built that wall section. The way that they made all the gears in this game interlock and work together so seamlessly is really quite the feat of game design, and I absolutely love it in this game. So that's my review for ZhanGuo. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Go down and hit the subscribe button as well. We always appreciate when you do so. You'll also find in the description down below a link to our website, meepleaf.com, where me and my co-host Jacob have a bi-weekly podcast that's every 2 weeks, not twice a week, where we talk about all things board game related. All right, we'll see you guys next time.